The City of O'Fallon will soon be losing someone who was vital to the growth of our Parks and Recreation Department and helped make O'Fallon one of the best places to live in America. Cindy Springer began her career with the city 35 years ago.
When I started here, there was less than 10,000 people. We had 3 parks, and I was the only recreation person, and most of the recreation programs were for senior citizens. So when I look at it from the recreation side, there's a lot of new things that we're still doing today that I started 30-some years ago. Anything from all of our youth sports to our adult sports. We pretty much had tennis leagues and senior programs. We had a 4th of July, and it was here at Civic Park. We started bringing in national entertainment in about the mid-90s, and our first group was the Guess Who. And I remember to this day the police chief at that time totally freaking out because he thought we were bringing in the Who. That would have been great even today, but no, it was the Guess Who, but that was our first national entertainment, so that was exciting. And then probably the other program event type thing was Celebration of Lights. I created that. It came from the idea of one of our Parks Board chairmen at that time, Sue LePage. And they pushed and they pushed, and I finally caved, and so we developed Celebration of Lights. So from a programming side, those are some of my favorite memories. From the park side, like I said, when I came here, there were 3 parks. We had Civic, Westoff, and Fort Zumwalt. And obviously we've got a lot more parks now. I think we've upgraded all of them. They look a little more like they're in the 21st century instead of later. But I think my favorite one, I have 2, and that's going to be O'Day. That's going to always be one of my favorite parks, but also the restoration of Lake Wetzel that's going on in Fort Zumwalt Park right now. I think people are really going to be excited about when they get a chance to see that.
Throughout Cindy's 35-year career, there have been some fun and very memorable moments.
The first year that we did Celebration of Lights, that was kind of like the blind leading the blind. We really had no idea what we were doing, how many lights it would really take to do any of this. So back then, safety was not as in the forefront as it is now. So we had some very creative ways of getting lights up in the trees, and it worked. The golf cart I get at the 4th of July, I kid you not, I think they always found the slowest one just to give me. And my kids would tell me that, "Mom, could you ever get a golf cart that's fast?" I finally did last year. I think I had the fastest one around. But I think you just have to find the fun in whatever you do. And that's what makes your job exciting.
For Cindy, the relationships will be her greatest achievement and will be hard for her to forget.
I have made a lot of friends over the years, and some of those are staff and they're still here, some are new staff, but a lot of it is the patrons, and you still see some of the patrons that we had years ago participating in programs. I see kiddos that I used to have in preschool programs and whatnot. We've now either hired them to work somewhere, or we're now teaching their preschool age kiddos in whatever the program might be. But I think you just see, it just keeps transitioning on.
The next director has big shoes to fill. What advice does Cindy have for her successor?
Keep things moving forward. You always have to take care of what you have, but you also have to know what are the trends out there, what are your residents wanting, and always looking at creative ways to be able to provide that. I would just like to say I appreciate the opportunity the City of O'Fallon gave me 35 years ago. I moved here. I can assure you that I was very young and not married, and the last thing on my mind was staying here. You know, I figured you come for a few years, you put in your time, and then you move on. But O'Fallon has grown so tremendously. It's been like a new community every so many years. So I appreciate the fact that O'Fallon gave me the opportunity and allowed me to grow, and hopefully I gave them what they were looking for too. So thank you.